Highways have always been synonymous with development, but it doesn't make sense to use this word alone. Sustainable development. We know this is the only possible development. The concept of development has evolved, and the means of managing and building roads have evolved along with it. Pathways must be opened with preservation, acting with purpose, professionalism, planning, and technology. The Tamoios highway concession has become an example within the country. The Tamoios highway connects the cities of São José dos Campos in the Paraíba Valley and Caraguatatuba in the northern coast of the state of São Paulo, passing through the Serra do Mar State Park, the largest Atlantic forest biological corridor in the country, with 360,000 acres rich in biodiversity, offering fundamental ecosystem services. In April 2015, the Tamoios Concessionária took over the highway's management. In December, it began duplicating its mountain range passage, opening its new roadway to traffic in March 2022. The new mountain pass is a 22-kilometer-long highway with 10 viaducts and 4 tunnels, including Brazil's largest road tunnel. Its construction was carried out with state-of-the-art technology and rigorous social and environmental commitments. The construction's first step was establishing close relationships with its neighboring communities, NGOs, universities, schools, and authorities. Once the means for communication were open, field meetings, visits, and partnerships were held, building trust-based relationships which shaped solid environmental protection actions. The Wild Animal Rehabilitation Center, or CROSS, in the Portuguese acronym, was built in a partnership with Univa. It has become a benchmark in the region, an example for the state of São Paulo, and a safe place for delivering wild animals in danger. Of the 7,558 animals treated there by the end of 2022, only 2.5% came from the Tamoios highway or construction sites. To protect the animals, 17 wildlife passages were built throughout the highway, 14 of them underground and 3 overhead. 2.5 kilometers of fencing were also installed to prevent animals from crossing the road. To recover the Atlantic forest, the Tamoios planting project was implemented in an area of 243 acres, aiming towards protecting springs and uniting isolated fragments of native forests in the Paraíba Valley. Producers and neighboring communities were mobilized, planting areas were selected and regularized, and 450,000 trees were planted. The project has a partnership with the NGO Corredor Ecológico. It's maintained under the supervision of government agencies and has ensured the recovery of permanent preservation areas, the strengthening of biodiversity, the safeguarding of slopes against erosion, the protection of springs, and carbon sequestration against global warming. The O Verde Ozono Valley project, which was also developed in partnership with the NGO Corredor Ecológico, was aimed at students from public schools in the Paraíba Valley region, with the objective of raising environmental awareness within the school community. More than 3,000 fourth-grade students took part in this initiative. Hiring of local labor was prioritized throughout the project, which, at its peak, generated 3,168 direct jobs with permanent investment and training. The greatest technical challenge was the construction of the most extensive viaduct and tunnel in the mountainous area. Located in a difficult access area in the Serra do Mar State Park, the execution of these two projects relied on unprecedented equipment in Brazil. The cable crane, or cargo cableway, with a 20-ton weight capacity. The cable crane was used to transport heavy equipment and materials, in addition to the workers themselves, a helicopter was needed to assemble one of the towers, which was hoisted over the mountains. This complex operation avoided the construction of an overland service road, which would have required the deforestation of 41,000 square meters. The cable crane project has received international awards for its innovation and contribution to sustainability. 2 of the 4 tunnels of the Tamoios Highway are the largest in the country. One of them 5.5 and the other 3.7 kilometers long. The tunnels have emergency exits every 250 meters to secondary tunnels, a powerful ventilation system, air quality meters, a firefighting system, and gates that can be closed remotely to stop new cars from entering in the event of an emergency. The highway's communication system has also Wi-Fi throughout its full length, a cell phone app, emergency telephones, a web radio, variable message signs, and loudspeakers in the tunnels. A modern operational control center monitors the highway 24 hours a day with the help of over 1,000 cameras and automatic accident detection equipment. All this infrastructure, international norms-based governance, overt signage, permanent inspection, the implementation of 5 weather stations for rain prevention and warning, the contingency and emergency plan for managing risks, pre-hospital care services, among other elements, guarantee the highway users' safety. This has resulted in an 84% drop in the number of deaths by accidents on the highway within the 7 first years of concession compared to the 7-year period prior to it. Environmental, social, and corporate governance sustainability. These commitments have been present throughout the whole construction phase and remain in the highway's management and maintenance. The Tamoios planting project continues to act with the responsibility of monitoring the 450,000 trees development for 10 years, replacing those that fail until the planted forest is considered suitable. The trees planted are fruit trees and other species, all native to the Atlantic forest. The Wild Animal Rehabilitation Center, CROSS, is a permanent legacy and will be maintained by the Tamoios Concessionária because of its fundamental importance for the care and preservation of the wild fauna of the Serra do Mar mountain range. Tamoios Concessionária, committed to the lives of people and the planet.